Hello guys, I'm Game Richard here with my Sims 4 video tutorial. Now, um, before we get started with this video is basically an opposite video of how I usually turn Sims into occults. Well, today I've got a guide on doing the opposite. I usually do guides on how to turn Sims into occults. Well, today I'm doing the opposite, and I'm going to be showing you guys or showcasing how to turn your sim uh, how to turn your sim from an occult back to a human again. Um, and I'll be ranking how hard or how easy it is to go from uh, an occult to a human sim again, judging by how hard it is or easy it is from what occult. Now, the first occult that was introduced with The Sims 4 was with the first ever expansion pack Get to Work, which was Aliens. Now, Aliens are the only occult in the game that cannot be rated back to human sim without cheats. There is no physical way of turning your alien back into a human. There is no way. It is impossible without cheats. So your sim is an alien forever. There's actually also no way of turning your sim into an alien to begin with, unless you start with an alien anyway. So it's kind of redundant to be an alien. And if you don't want to be an alien anymore, well then it sucks to be you unless you want to use cheats. So it's kind of counterproductive, if you ask me, to be honest. Uh, Aliens are still bad though, and they have yet to get a refresh, if ever. Uh, so the three easiest occults to actually revert, in my opinion, now, uh, and this is going to sound weird, but the three easiest occults to revert to human are Fairies, Spellcasters, and Mermaids. The reason why I say Fairies is the fact that, which is one of my fairy, you got my fairy, okay. So, Fairy Fairies and spellcasters are very similar in which they have to go back the opposite way of a journey. What I mean by this is if you want your sim to become from a fairy to a human sim, you just do the opposite uh, way of like, okay, so you summon Mother Nature again, but this time to take her charm, you ask her to take your emotional force and just take it out completely. You go back to the Everdew pond, which is an Everdew of Innisgreen, and then you revert back to the human sim. So, in my opinion, the fairy reversion is really, really, really easy, and it doesn't take a whole lot of steps to actually do so. It's very similar for spellcasters. It's literally the opposite. So instead of going to Magic Realm to ask how to use magic and go collecting all of the motes around the Magic Realm, you will instead go to the same stage that you asked to become a spellcaster to, and you ask for the right of dissolution, which should be in the category of magic. And once you ask for that, they should take your power away and you revert back to human. So it's really not that hard. They're pretty easy to revert from, so it's really, really, really easy. In Mermaids, again, it's very simple, and it does go from the same method of turning them into a mermaid. So to turn into a mermaid, you have to eat a mermaidic kelp, which is the fruit that you get from Isle Living. If you eat it, you will get an energized moodlet, and if you enter a body of water, you'll turn into a mermaid, blah blah blah. And then if you want to return to a human sim, it's actually very, very easy. All you do is just eat two more mermaidic kelp, and that's easy. So again, after you eat the first mermaid kelp, you will get a focus moodlet that lasts for 4 hours. And if you eat the second one before that moodlet expires, then your sim will become a human again. Now, you're seeing a pattern in this video, correct? So that's the three easiest occults. An alien, of course, having no reversion or transformation, just starting with an alien and nothing more. So the harder ones to revert back being vampires and werewolves. So these two, werewolves being still, I wouldn't say werewolves were still my favorite cult, just because like they're just so memorable. But I think fairies are a close second, in my opinion, and they're closely followed by vampires as well. Uh, Spellcasters have kind of gone down for my liking. I still like them, I do, but they're just kind of boring in comparison. That's just how my opinion is. Vampires are still pretty cool, although their weakness to the sun, obviously, just like in real life. Uh, but these two also have a similar thing in common. Um, so, okay, vampire reversion. Um, it's really, I think it's the easier of the two, to be honest. Um, and what you do is you just have to make sure you have level 15 of the vampire lore skill. I know it seems like a high level, but trust me, it's not that hard. And vampire lore is actually one of the easiest skills in the game to master, so it won't take you very long to actually increase it. And what you do is you just read the vampire books that you can purchase uh, via from the computer or the bookcase. Very simple. And I know level 15 does seem like a high amount, but like I said just now, just a few moments ago, vampire lore is one of the easiest skills you can master in The Sims 4. It doesn't take but an in-game week to actually master it, if not less than that. It's really, really no time at all. And once you master it, you will have to get, I think, level 2 or 4 of mixology to be able to create the vampire cure, which you do unlock at level 15 of the vampire lore skill. Once your Sims create it, and once your vampire drinks it, they will revert to a human Sim. Now, for werewolves, it's a bit more of a complicated process. Uh, so, upon becoming a werewolf, uh, you're going to want to need, and this is for your sim only, you can kind of bypass some of these prerequisites if you have another sim that knows the recipe, uh, in which recipe is called Wolf Be Gone. Um, Now, you will need more mixology this time around, uh, and you will need some ingredients this time as well, unlike the vampire cure for vampires. Uh, so again, I think werewolves, in my opinion, is the hardest one to revert, but it is possible, and it is doable. It's not too terribly difficult, but it does take a few in-game days, especially for Moon Petal, which you can only obtain uh, two different ways. One of which, uh, at the Moonwood Mill Pink, did I say pink? Peak. That's what I meant to say. Getting a little tongue twisted here. Uh, Let me show you exactly where that is in the Minute 12 screen here via the travel menu. So go to Moonwood Mill, and it's right here on the top of this peak. Uh, do keep in mind that this particular flower can only be harvested every full moon and only once every full moon. So uh, it does take quite a few in-game days, especially if you have it to where your lunar phases in game uh, are longer or smaller. So like if you have like 4 days, it will skip them every once in a while. But if you have 16 days, which I have at 16 days because it's the most realistic, at least in my opinion, and then 8 days, which is the default. But you can, if you want to bypass all of this waiting, you can have a permanent phase of full moons just to bypass through the travel. But that's just completely up to you. Now, the other ingredient that you will need for the Wolf Be Gone recipe is a much more common ingredient, and that is wolfsbane, which can be found in Mood Mill and can also be found in Forgotten Hollow in some parts of other worlds, like I want to say Hinford on Bagley and also Mount Tomarebi, but I'm not too sure. But it's mostly common in Moonwood Mill and Forgotten Hollow. So it's very common, and it's much more easier to obtain. than moon petal. So after you get the ingredients and after you have enough, I do believe you need the level 5 mixology. And if you have that, and if you have completed, you don't need to complete the aspiration either, just saying, but you can complete it and you'd be able to get some bonus points. You also be able to get some satisfaction points as well, but it's not needed. You don't need to complete the aspiration. You just need to complete uh, uh, the Werewolf Initiate first to actually get the Aspiration Cure Seeker, which is the one that you're going to need to actually uh, go on the path of reverting your werewolf self back to the human sim. So again, that's my guide. I hope you guys found this helpful, and if you guys find any more information about this, let me know in the comments. And again, if you found this helpful, I'll see you guys in the next one, and please leave a like, subscribe, and share for more videos just like this one. Hope you guys enjoyed. See you guys next one. Peace out.